Let me start with a question that many students ask all the time. How many hours should you study to pass your exams? 2 hours, 5 hours, 10 hours? Some students will probably say, I studied 12 hours today. And when you hear that, you start to feel like you are not doing enough. You start thinking, maybe I need to study more. Maybe I'm not serious. But let me tell you the truth. The number of hours you study does not determine your success. Yes, you heard that right. You can study for 10 hours and still fail, and you can study for 3 to 5 hours and pass very well. So today, I'm going to explain the truth about how many hours you should study for exams and how to make your study time actually count. Now, let's get into it. The first thing you must understand is this. Studying is not about time. It is about focus and understanding. Many students confuse sitting down for long hours with actual learning. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine you sit with your books for 6 hours, but every few minutes you check your phone, you reply messages, you scroll social media. At the end of those 6 hours, how much did you really learn? Very little. Now, imagine another student who studies for just 2 hours, but during those 2 hours, there is no distraction, full focus, active learning. Who do you think will perform better? The second student, because quality beats quantity. Now, let's talk about something important. Your brain has limits. You cannot focus deeply for endless hours. After some time, your brain becomes tired. Your concentration drops. You start reading without understanding. This is where many students make a mistake. They keep sitting even when their brain is no longer working well. That is not effective studying. It is just wasting time. Think about it like using your phone. If your battery is low, the phone becomes slow. If you keep using it without charging, it will shut down. Your brain works the same way. You need breaks, you need rest, you need to recharge. Now, let's answer the main question. How many hours should you study? The honest answer is this. It depends on you. It depends on your level, your understanding, your schedule, and how close your exams are. But let me give you a realistic guide. For most students, 3 to 6 hours of focused study per day is enough. Not 10 hours of distracted reading, not 12 hours of stress. 3 to 6 hours of real focused work. That is powerful. Now, if your exams are very close, you may increase it slightly, maybe 5 to 7 hours, but again, it must be focused. Now, let's talk about how to make those hours effective because that is what really matters. First, break your study time into sessions. Instead of saying, I will study for 5 hours, break it into smaller blocks. For example, 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the afternoon, 1 hour in the evening, each session with a clear goal. This makes it easier to stay focused. Now, let's talk about what you do during those hours. Don't just read passively. Engage your brain. Ask questions. Explain what you read. Solve problems. Text yourself. Learning happens when your brain works, not when your eyes move across pages. Now, let's talk about consistency. This is where many students fail. They study for 10 hours today, when the next day they are too tired at all to study. That is not effective. It is better to study 3 to 5 hours every day consistently than to study 10 hours once in a while. Consistency builds memory. Consistency builds confidence. Now, let's talk about comparing yourself to others. This is very dangerous. You hear someone say, I read 12 hours daily, and you feel pressured, but you don't know how they study. You don't know their level. You don't know if they are even telling the truth. Focus on yourself. Your journey is different. Your brain is different. Your schedule is different. Now, let's talk about another mistake. Some students believe that more hours mean better results. So they push themselves too hard. They skip sleep, they skip rest. After some days, they feel tired, frustrated, and even sick. That is not success. That is burnout. And burnout reduces performance. So don't destroy yourself in the name of studying. Balance is important. Now, let's talk about your daily routine. A good study day does not mean studying all day. It means using your time wisely. For example, you can study in the morning when your brain is fresh. Do lighter tasks in the afternoon and revise in the evening. Add breaks in between. Sleep well at night. That is a healthy and effective routine. Now, let me give you a simple example. Student A studies for 8 hours with distractions, no plan, and no breaks. Student B studies for 4 hours with full focus, clear goals, and proper breaks. At the end of the week, who will perform better? Most likely student B, because effectiveness beats effort without distraction. Now, let me tell you something important. Don't chase hours, chase understanding. When you understand what you are reading, you don't need endless hours. Now, does this mean you should be lazy? No. You still need to put in effort. You still need discipline, but your effort should be smart, not just long. Now, let me give you example, a simple formula you can remember. Focus plus consistency plus smart methods equals good results, not just hours. Before I end, I want you to remember this. You don't need to study all day to succeed. You need to study the right way. Find your best study time. Remove distractions. Break your sessions. Stay consistent. And most importantly, understand what you read. If this video helped you, like it right now, share it with a friend who is always worried about study hours, and drop a comment telling me how many hours you currently study. And subscribe because we are building a smart, confident, and successful student here. Stop counting hours. Start making your hours count. I will see you in the next video.